Hello, welcome to Oxford Heirlooms. I've got my pattern pieces cut out. All of these over here to the left are the ones that are in the blue fabric. I've got the front of the bubble, the sleeve, the back of the bubble, the tabs, and the bodice piece. And then for the collar, I haven't actually cut the collar out, but what I have done is I have cut a piece of fabric that's larger than the collar. I've also got my neckband piece, and the neckband piece, if you're interested, is 1¼ inches by 12 inches, or maybe 13 inches. I can't really remember. I have to count. Okay, now on the collar piece, I'm going to be starting with the collar. And since I need to insert the lace, I've learned from experience that it works a lot better if the larger the piece of fabric that I have to work with. Now, I have a real fancy lace shaping board, which is just simply a piece of foam core board that I bought at the Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do is let me move my pattern pieces out of the way for just a minute. Turn this over. Okay. I'm going to trace this collar onto the white fabric. So let me center that on my lace shaping board and gently lay my fabric over it so that it's in the center. Okay, now I'm going to be using my blue fabric marking pen because right here at the center front, I want to make a blue mark so I know where the center of the bubble is. Okay, now for these other markings, I'm going to use my friction erasable pen, and I'm going to trace the outline of the collar. Just trace all the markings. Okay, so it'll take me a little bit to get the whole outline done, so I'll finish that in a little bit later. But you know, I do need to trace out the outline. And then there is something that I call the lace line. This is where the lace is going to scallop on the collar. So trace, this is actually the bottom edge of the scallop. So I will trace that. Get that back lined up. Okay. There are 3 scallops on here. Okay, and then there are 2 hand embroidery motifs, one at each of the peak of the scallop. Okay, so I will trace my hand embroidery motif also. And this is really simple embroidery. It's got some little French knots. It's got some stem stitches or running stitches and some lazy daisy loops for leaves and petals. But it looks really sweet. Okay, all right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish tracing the outline off camera. But in the next video, we'll begin to shape the lace I'll show you how I do that. But in this video, I was just going over the pattern pieces and showing you the basics of tracing the collar. But thank you.